In today's topic, we're going to talk about what are closing costs and what should a home buyer expect. Well, first of all, closing costs are additional fees on top of the purchase price of your home. So you have the purchase price of $100,000 as an example. You have a down payment for that loan of $100,000, and then you have your closing costs. Now, in my market area, which is the Lehigh Valley, Allentown, Pennsylvania area, I'm able to give my buyers a rule of thumb to go by, which is 6% of the purchase price. So if you bought a house for $100,000, 6% of that is $6,000. These fees include the following. Now, the first part includes the title company fees. Now, title company fees are regulated by state. So you would have to check with the state that you live in or want to live in for those additional fees. But all of these fees I'm explaining to you would be included in that $6,000. The other area is property insurance. Now, you're going to need to get property insurance 2 weeks prior to settlement, and that's going to cost you about $650. That's going to be out of pocket 2 weeks prior to settlement. And then you have property taxes that are part of your closing costs. Now, there's certain property taxes, they prorate them and all that. The mortgage company prorates property taxes. But I always tell my clients, I figure 1 year's worth of property taxes as part of their closing costs. That's a good rule of thumb to go by. Because when my clients close on their property at settlement, they never have to bring more money than I tell them to. They always have to bring less, even if it's just a few $100s. The other part of closing costs would be your inspections. This is also an out-of-pocket fee. Your inspections would be your home inspections. Now, we're not going to know what type of inspections you're going to get until you find your home. I would advise you at minimum to get a home inspection, a termite inspection, at minimum, and then other inspections that might apply to your home would be a radon inspection, water or sewer, septic inspection, or a water test. So I would say about $450 at minimum you're going to want to include in that. Now that's just in Pennsylvania. Again, you have to check in your state on how much that is. That needs to be paid for within about 5 days after your offer gets accepted. But again, this is included in that $6,000. The last part of the fees are mortgage fees. Now this all depends on the lender you're working with and what they're charging you to get you the loan. It depends on if you buy down the interest rate. You really have to talk to your mortgage broker. But again, that $6,000 should cover it. Now, the other part of the things that I wanted to tell you about closing costs, at least in the Pennsylvania area, is there should be no other fees associated with the real estate broker on your side of the transaction, because the seller pays the commission. We get paid by the seller. If there's any other fees associated with the real estate broker that's helping you purchase the home, you better have talked to them and agreed to it before. I have found this being true with some real estate agents where they charge you document prep fees or paperwork processing fees in addition to the commission that they're getting. So, sometimes these fees, and as far as I'm concerned, they're BS fees, and they can be $500 or more. So unless you agreed to these, they need to be discussed, and you'll see them on the settlement sheet or the HUD-1 sheet or the estimated closing cost sheet under broker fees. Again, there should not be any broker fees. So hopefully this information helped you about what closing costs are and help you prepare in the investment of your next home. Thank you.